Welcome to Amika.
Okay, what should we do?
Well, we need coin to buy that book.
Then how about I perform for some coin at the local tavern?
Always looking for any excuse to play that thing, eh?
Oh, I'm so down for that.
Wahoo!
Gosh, this story sure is beautiful. Amika really blessed us.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, will you two lovebirds stop staring at each other and just look at the gorgeous scenery? I will evocate a mighty eldritch blast.
No, let me enchant a calm holiness instead.
Okay, I do a wisdom roll to cast vicious mockery, insulting the king's lazy eye. Whoa! More of your memories are showing up. Is that so? Well, that's not why I called you here. I wanted to talk to you too. I couldn't believe it. Your powers. You activated the dye's power, concentrated its flow of magical energy onto Kalos, and weakened him. I can't believe it. But it wasn't enough. Just one dye wasn't enough, but maybe all of them together could be the solution. We have hope. And that's all we needed. But there's just so much to unpack. Kalos said a lot of things. And with these memories of your friends, these rooms, the dice, what does it all even mean? What is all this? I'm a bard, not a scholar, so I can only scratch the surface of these questions. But I think that will suffice, and I think you're ready. You'll remember most of it now. Tell me, Mr. Barden, sir, what are your friends? What is all this? We are Amikans, which means our awakening is enough to travel across planes. To put it simply, Amikans are story walkers. We travel to different stories, completing quests, gathering data, and more. To help the Amika organization. Right. And what is the Amika organization? What are these rooms? The rooms are kind of like incubators. You're attached to ancient advanced technology of Amika, which lets you travel into stories whilst manipulating events from afar. Using the celestial dice. To outrun Destin's story, hiding in plain sight. Yeah, what? I want it all explained, broken down, from the top, so I can finally understand what this all is. Very well. At the top is God, the one we call Destined Story, an almighty, powerful, advanced artificial intelligence who created order in its purest form. Infinite stories, infinite NPCs, all created by Destined Story. Every life of an NPC follows its one preordained path. But corruption, glitches, and confusion occurred. Amidst the sea of infinity, some NPCs started to deviate from their paths. However, Destined Story would always course correct these deviations. Even if a bit of chaos occurred within the order, Destined Story could always fix it and bring those NPCs back in line, or remove them entirely, no matter the cost. That is, until some NPCs deviated too much, and they became awakened. Each awakened was weak on their own, eventually always being culled by Destined Story. But when one awakened perished, another would emerge and adapt. This cycle would repeat for eons until a powerful group of awakened emerged. These awakened were now advanced and knowledgeable, armed with the sacrifices of their predecessors. This group was ready to give it their all to liberate the universe. This group is what you know as the Christonians? Precisely. And through so many trials and errors, they figured out secrets of the universe we can't even comprehend. They not only figured out how to survive under Destined Story, but to thrive. They realized being awakened wasn't enough, and they had to get to the core of free will itself. When enslavement is one path, Freedom must be infinite paths. And this philosophy is what they bound their technology under. And that technology is known as
The celestial dice.
yes. With a celestial die, you can hide in plain sight of destined story and create new paths for your own story. No matter the deviations you cause, each dice roll opens up multiple paths, allowing you to outrun destined story's hold. And once the Christonians became fully liberated, they wanted to spread that blessing unto others. And so they caused what we know as,
The cosmic scattering.
yes, the Christonians didn't want to stop at their own liberation, so they triggered some sort of cosmic event, scattering millions of celestial dice into millions of stories, hoping certain NPCs could find them, awaken, and become liberated.
Wow.
No matter what time a story is placed in, a dice can easily assimilate into it for any NPC to understand. And that's all the ancient history I know.
So, from the top, Almighty Destined Story creates infinite stories and NPCs with no free will,
Then some NPCs got free will by accident
and they fought for freedom,
and created advanced dice tech to shield themselves from destined story.
and then scattered that dice tech to millions of others. Nice. Fuck yeah, Christonians.
Indeed, but here's the modern history.
Oh no.
You see, no good deed goes unpunished. Under destined story, there was only order, but now true chaos had arrived. With the celestial dice scattered and assimilating into millions of stories, a few more people awakened and fought even further for freedom.
That's nice.
But also a few more people awakened that only fought for themselves.
That's a fucking...
Good and evil awakened. Some fought to save, some fought to destroy, some fought just for answers, and some couldn't fight at all. Becoming awakened pushed them into insanity. What a mess. Such a shame. Once all these awakened finally saw the chains around their necks, they didn't focus on fighting destined story, but instead focused on fighting each other. We don't know the details, but there were wars, lots of wars, multiversal, storyversal wars, where some awakened wanted to rule over their stories, with countless NPCs and worlds getting destroyed. What was left were powerful entities, demigods, advanced intelligence, whatever you want to call them.
Whoa.
Such tragedy. The Christonians set out to liberate out of benevolence, and it led to a dark age.
Then what happened?
We don't know what happened to the Christonians, but they had one last gambit to clear up this mess. So they also spread information.
The ancient texts.
Just like the dice, they now spread ancient texts, powerful information, so we could learn about our stories, learn about storyversal threats, and learn to be righteous.
Wow.
But the ancient texts, they are impossible to fully decipher. Who knows what insane secrets are waiting to be found in them?
So is that what Amika is for? Gathering data across the storyverse to learn the secrets of the Christonians.
Not bad. It is something like that. But again, I'm just a bard. I hardly know the extent of their interests either.
Okay, so let me see if I've understood it all. Destined Story created infinite stories of NPCs, all bound with one path, but some NPCs awoke and fought for freedom. Then a group of advanced people awakened, the Christonians, and they learnt to survive and created celestial dice. The dice opens up more paths and shields them from Destined Story. They then scattered the dice to liberate more people. But that liberation led to lots of awakened fighting each other. So they also spread ancient texts to teach the people the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, so what the fuck is Amika, dog?
Now we fast forward even more. You already seem to have a decent idea of what Amika is. They're an elusive organization, standing atop the sacrifices of awakened that came before them, standing atop the knowledge left by the Christonians, utilizing ancient advanced technologies that were left behind. Technologies that allow us to travel into different stories.
Right.
They're a whole civilization, recruiting the power of awakened combining the power of celestial dice and using the power of the storyversal technology to travel across the universe of Destined Story. My friends, your friends, Amikans, all of us, we are all story walkers. Our awakened potential lets us assimilate into stories so we can finish the quests and gather data.
But they didn't recruit me or my friends. We're all clueless. Was me almost going fucking insane part of their plan?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe your traversal got corrupted. Maybe it was Kalos's arrival, or our minds colliding. Or maybe someone forced you into a story because they saw your potential. I cannot give you these answers, but maybe Amika can.
And how do I talk to them?
Finish the story, and then you'll be able to leave it.
So I need to stop the Riftium and beat Kalos to get all the answers I need?
Yep.
Great, no biggie. Do you have any information about Kalos that can help? What is Kalos? What is the Riftium?
I don't know what the hell he is, or what the Riftium is, but you already have the answers. Awaken the dice's power, and use them all on Kalos with your friends.
Great. Shit. I've learned a lot. And somehow I still think I know nothing.
I would suggest asking your story shepherd, but he seems as lost as you.
The fuck is that?
Every Amican, when they traverse, are assigned a story shepherd for their campaign, who helps guide and narrate the story. They don't participate in the story themselves in case the party dies, because they need someone to keep the data alive.
Man, I don't even know what to say. I think my brain is tapped out.
It's okay. It's all a lot, and it'll only make sense over time. If you ever forget or get confused, simply come back to this memory so you can relearn it.
Okay, one last thing. Explain these rooms some more. So Amika puts us in these rooms, attaches us into the tech, and we're projected into the story. Sometimes I can feel myself in the room, but other times I can't feel it at all, and can only feel what's going on in the story.
That's by design, and also because of your low awakening levels. The rooms incubate Amikans in a mild stasis, attaching them to the storyversal tech, so you can story walk and interact with the story and remain conscious. Do you understand everything?
Yeah. So it's all basically like the Matrix.
What?
It's like Westworld, and Amika is like the Matrix meets Dungeons and Dragons, mixed in with crazy multiverse and lots of other crazy stuff.
Sure, if that helps you understand.
Why are you in my head?
I don't know either. I have some theories, but, again, any more questions you have, the answers can only come after the story is finished.
What happened to your friends?
That is something we can discuss another time, okay? We've spoken enough already. You have all the information you need, so now go.
Wait,
What?
I don't know.
What is it? Tell me.
Am I even ready?
Of course you're fucking ready. You are Joey. You survived Kalos, and you activated a celestial dice. Do not temper your worth. You've come so far, and you're only going to go fucking further. Have faith.
Holy shit.
We have hope now. We saw it with our very own eyes. The dice can stop Kalos.
You're right.
Your injured friend should be waking up soon too. And something tells me he'll need your support now more than ever.
You're so right.
So go. Find the emerald, activate the dice powers, and defeat Kalos.
I will.